dragonfly, a jewel of the air. The dragonfly beats its transparent wings more than 30 times a second, steering with the precision of a miniature helicopter. On the forest floor, a ground beetle patrols the rough bark. It's
a miniature trekker, its body a green accordion of muscle, measures the moss step by step, each footfall a ripple through the dewdrops. On a sunlit leaf nearby, a ladybug polishes the morning glass, the world bent inside a single droplet. And from the quiet pine...
In the fast, cold current, a grizzly waits. The river delivers its prize, and in a burst of power, the bear claims a salmon. Deeper in the forest, a wild boar uses its armored snout like a plow, uprooting soil in search of his...
blind. In the quiet of the morning, the carrion crow surveys its realm. Iridescent feathers catch the first light as the bird waits, perfectly still, yet always aware. Deep in the woods, a great spotted woodpecker hammers the bark with relentless precision. Each strike sends...
In the warm savanna light, a giraffe stretches high to pluck tender acacia leaves, its slender tongue perfect for the task. Half a world away, a red kangaroo surges across the outback, each leap driving it effortlessly over the dusty ground. And in a
high above the valley, a golden eagle rides a column of warm air, each feather catching the sun like burnished bronze. Far below, a snake threads quietly through the grass, its scales sliding over the earth with barely a sound.
On a high, cold ridge, a gray wolf lifts its voice to the evening sky, a signal carried for miles across the peaks. On the sunlit savanna, a lioness makes her move. Power and precision collide as she brings down a deer in a storm of dust.
On the still water, a male mallard glides effortlessly, the morning light igniting the greens and blues of his head. In a sunlit jungle clearing, a bay horse breaks into a gallop, muscle and power surging with every stride. Far to the south, a herd of...
In the first light of morning, the pasture belongs to two quiet foragers. The cow lowers its broad head, lips sweeping the grass, grinding mouthfuls with calm determination. Its breath steams in the cool air, dew clinging to each blade it harvests. Nearby,
in the dappled light of the clearing, the male peafowl takes measured steps, then unfurls a dazzling fan of shimmering feathers, a signal of strength and health. High in the canopy, a parrot grips a ripe mango and shaves away its sweet flesh with a powerful beak. Juice.
In the cool hush of the forest, a rabbit moves like a shadow among the ferns, pausing to pluck tender leaves from the mossy floor. High above, a young macaque balances on a branch, peeling a ripe banana with nimble fingers and savoring each sweet bite.
Along the quiet edge of the river, a red deer stags out the first grasses of the day. Morning light rims his antlers, still velveted from the summer growth, and glints off the dew that clings to every blade. Each slow mouthful is torn free, chewed deliberately, the crunch of...
Beneath the sunlit grass, a serpent glides, muscles rippling under a cloak of polished scales. High above, a hawk locks onto the slightest movement. In a rush of power, talons strike, and the meadow yields its prize. Night falls, silent as shadow, an owl sweeps.
On the open savanna, a giraffe moves with unhurried grace, each step deliberate, each stride leaving a whisper of dust in the warm afternoon light. In contrast, a zebra launches into a sprint. A blur of muscle and stripes, it races across the plain, hooves drumming.
As daylight fades, a solitary leopard moves through the undergrowth, each step silent, every muscle controlled. Deeper in the forest, another predator watches. The tiger's eyes catch the last light and burn among the drifting fireflies, glowing like embers in the dark.
Under moonlight, a lone gray wolf moves soundlessly through the forest, breath steaming in the cold night air. Not far away, a red fox combs the leaf litter for any hint of a meal, nose to the ground, ears tuned for movement. Above,
in the quiet of the meadow, a grazer lowers its head, drawing up mouthfuls of sun-warmed grass. Not far away, a fragile traveler rides the air, carried by glints of light to a fragrant landing. Beneath their shadows, strength on a far smaller scale hauls a feat.
Along the river's edge, a brown bear waits with patient focus. With a sudden burst of power, it seizes a salmon from the torrent. In the forest, a wild boar works the earth, turning over soil in search of hidden roots. And across the meadow, red deer bound with effortless grace, each stride. Along the river's edge, a brown bear waits with patient focus. With a sudden burst of power, it seizes a salmon from the torrent. In the forest, a wild boar works the earth, turning over soil in search of hidden roots. And across the meadow, red deer bound with effortless grace, each stride.
At the heart of the savannah, a buffalo lowers its massive head to drink. Each sweep of its tongue stirs the shallows, sending ripples across the mirrored sky. Across the dunes, the desert survivor moves with patient rhythm. The camel's padded feet spread on the sand.
Along the tide line, a ghost crab scuttles sideways, its every step perfectly engineered for life between land and sea. Beneath the waves, a common octopus slips across the reef, arms exploring every crevice as its colors flow like liquid paint. Farther out, in the open...
Beneath the surface, a reef shark moves with ancient precision, every muscle tuned to the push and pull of the sea. In the sunlit shallows, a young seal turns the swells into a playground, twisting and spiraling through the kelp.
At the edge of the pond, a green frog waits, muscles coiled. In a quick burst, it springs onto a lily pad, rippling the still water. Far from the pond, a hawksbill turtle begins its trek to the sea, each deliberate step engraving the sand behind.
The spotted hyena's laugh carries across the savannah, a sound of both playfulness and power. Beneath a clear stream, small fish glide through sunlit water, their scales flashing like coins. And in the open ocean, a dolphin soars and dives with effortless grace.
In the heat of the savannah, a thirsty giant turns a trunkful of water into a glittering fountain. In the forest, patience is tested. A quick and cunning thief seizes its chance and vanishes with the prize. Far away, in the cool shade, a bear sleeps on.
In a quiet corner of the bamboo forest, a giant panda indulges in a carefree roll across the sunlit slope. Far away on the savannah, a male lion rests, his mane catching the evening breeze as the day warms around him. 3 solitary moments, 3 expressions.